Need toilet paper? Don Johnson here with Protective Tactics. On today's walk, I'm going to share some wisdom to help you get better prepared for the next major disruption. When the COVID-19 pandemic shut down business in the US in the spring of 2020 and threatened the normal availability of basic items, how prepared were you? Most people found themselves rushing to the stores to get basic everyday needs like food, water, and toilet paper. Let's all get better prepared for what's coming next. For most countries, major disruptions typically only occasionally happen, but they do happen. War, economic recession or depression, civil unrest, pandemics, revolution, and economic collapse are always happening somewhere. And in every country across the globe, including the US, disruptions to industries, companies, communities, families, and individuals happen constantly. I believe that to be prepared is to be as ready as reasonably possible to protect and care for myself and others. In many cases, to be prepared can completely prevent the disruption. When the disruption is not preventable, then to be prepared can significantly minimize negative consequences. As I mentioned in a previous video, when given a choice between being prepared or unprepared, why would anyone choose to be unprepared? Remember, preparedness is something you do now so that you're ready for later. Because later may be too late. For what do we need to get prepared? When will the next major disruption occur and what's going to happen? Well, that's the challenge. We don't know. We don't know what, when, where, who, or why. It'd be much easier if we knew the details far enough in advance. All we know for sure is that stuff happens. We do know that something will happen, and we know that each of us have the potential to be dramatically personally impacted, and our very lives and the lives of our loved ones can be at stake. Whether on a global, national, or personal level, I believe it's up to each of us to accept personal responsibility for the safety and well-being of ourselves. For me personally, I accept personal responsibility for the well-being of myself and my family. And to some extent, I accept responsibility for my community, my country, and civilization itself. Remember the last time you took a flight? The speech at the beginning of every flight typically includes, in case of emergency, a mask will drop down. Oxygen will begin flowing. For those of you traveling with others, put your own mask on first, then help others. The first responsibility is to not be part of the problem by taking care of yourself first, so that you don't need help personally. That allows first responders to focus on helping others. Ideally, you can help too. When you're at the scene of any disturbance, you are a first responder. The question is, what will be your response? Fear and panic? Or will your response be a prepared and trained response? Since we don't know any details on the next disturbance you'll experience or the severity, the best strategy is to begin by understanding necessities of survival. A useful tool is to understand the survival rule of 3. You'll survive 3 weeks without food, 3 days without clean water, and 3 minutes without breathable air. That's basic biology. Consider another rule of 3. You may only survive 3 seconds in the event of a violent assault, 3 hours without shelter in a harsh environment, and 3 months without savings in the event of a loss of income. Consider the survival rules of 3. What can you do to prepare? Begin to prepare by thinking about possible situations and circumstances which could threaten your safety, your availability of clean air, water, food, shelter, income and savings. How can those circumstances result in undesirable outcomes? So I'm sure you can think of some examples really easily. The question is, what have you done to prepare for them? When you think about and learn to understand potential threats or potential disruptions, then you can recognize the dangers and think about ways to be prepared. You can seek education, acquire tools, develop schools, gather supplies, and take action in advance. I'll share more specifics in the future to help you better prepare, but I'm going to leave you today to give you some time to think about the rules of three. You know, a primary rule of all success, which also includes survival success, is to firmly understand and master the fundamentals. A fundamental principle of preparedness is having a firm grasp on the rules of three. The rules of three allow you to prioritize your thoughts and actions. Please use the comments to ask questions and share your thoughts. Please like and subscribe and toggle notifications all. And remember, sooner is safer. Get prepared, get to work. Hope to see you again soon. Stay safe and make it a great day. Bye for now.